What's up, y'all? In this video today, I'm going to be going over and talking about this squad that I'm going to be using tonight to play Carlo in a $200 wager. Sponsored by Players Lounge. Link to Players Lounge down below in the description. Make sure to go check it out if you want to play tournaments, wagers, those types of things. But here's the deal. Here's the situation with this wager. It's a best of 3, and you got to use cards that you think the other person. Basically, I gotta use cards that I like that Carlo doesn't like, or cards that I've hyped up that Carlo doesn't like. So I can't go out there and use Brandon Roy because we both like Brandon Roy. So I basically gotta find a squad of cards I don't like, and same thing with Carlo. I already know Carlo got like a 15 Hall of Fame Brandon Ingram or 15 Legend Badge Brandon Ingram. So newsflash, he's gonna have probably a better team than myself, but that's fine. I do want to also say my squad is incomplete at the time I am recording this thing. At the starting point guard position, I think I'm going to run Galaxy Opal Oscar Robertson. Card who I've honestly never used this year, but I like it. Because if you look at the card, he's 6'5", 96 3-ball, comes with the 94 speed, defensively solid, badge-wise solid. There's literally no flaws in Oscar. This card comes so complete, comes so good, and I'm telling you right now, he's got what it takes at that point guard position to be that man. One of the better point guards in the game, obviously, as time has went on. His value has gotten less and less. Now I'm going to plug in a lot of different shooting guards. I'm still speculating on whether I want to use Ricky Davis or not. I think Carlo put him on C tier, at C tier of his on a shooting guard tier list. So he should be fair game, especially if he's using Brandon Ingram. I should be able to use Ricky Davis, and so I'm probably going to use him. I might add some badges, might add a shoot to the card, but I got him unsellable, and I really do like what Ricky does provide. Small forward position. I'm plugging in Dark Matter, Galaxy Opal, Jared Wallace. Pretty sure Carlo had him at D tier on his small forward tier list. I'd have to go back and look, but I'm pretty sure Jared Wallace was at D tier. So, I mean, again, a card that I really do like that Carlo has at D tier. So Carlo shouldn't be worried about Jared Wallace. Jared Wallace stinks according to Carlo, so that should be no worries. Now, I do want to make a side note at the time I am recording this thing. We do have another couple of cards that were pending on the auction house. Now, starting power forward position, I'm going to be running Giannis Antetokounmpo. I just don't know what Giannis is going to be. I don't know if I'm going to pick up Pink Diamond Giannis that's, good badge-wise. I don't know if I'm going to get a Galaxy Opal Giannis. I'm just trying to find one that I'll be able to sell back for a decent amount, like not without losing a bunch of value on it. Just because it's like, I don't want to lose a bunch of MT just building my squad for a one-day, one-time, wager versus Carlo, and who I'm going to flood no matter who I play. And so that's, the one thing about it. But if I do end up getting a good Giannis, he is obviously going to be in the squad. I've got my eye on this Giannis at the time I am recording this. That does have that legend on-ball menace. This Giannis with 14 Hall of Famers, I've also got my eye on as well. So a couple different Giannis's that I would love to add to my squad. Starting center position, no ifs, ands, or buts, no questions asked. It is Galaxy Opal David Robinson, a card that is on my main squad, 7'1", 89 3-ball, good defense, decent speed. There's literally no flaws in Galaxy Opal David Robinson. The card is an absolute stud. The card is an absolute beast, and I've got no issues ever with this D-Rob card. He knocks down shots for me. A lot of people who say, oh, Ty, his release isn't good. Look, he's shooting like above 60% from 3 in nearly 300 games played for me. His release is just fine. D-Rob is an absolute beast. Backup point guard position. A position I still do not have filled. Now, who are a couple of guys that I could possibly look at picking up? Well, I like Pink Diamond Zach LaVine more than Carlo. Carlo doesn't gas him as much as I do, so he could be an option for myself. Outside of that, again, there's just not a whole ton of real options here. I'm trying to think at that point guard position of guys that I could really pick up. Carlo doesn't like Galaxy Opal Chris Paul, so that's crossed my mind. Do I just run Chris Paul? But again, like the cards that I have, there's just not a whole lot here that we really disagree on cards that I can actually go out and hoop with. It might just be a situation like it's just going to be a plug and play option because, again, at the time I'm recording this thing, I do not know who my backup point guard is going to be. I have no idea. You go and look at the Galaxy Opal point guards. I mean, Jason Kidd is a card Carlo really doesn't like that I don't mind whatsoever. Maybe I'll plug in Galaxy Opal Jason Kidd, but it just comes down to the fact that whoever I pick up, I'm going to have to eventually sell back. So, I mean, maybe I'll try to bid, $40K on this Jason Kidd. Hopefully I get him and can sell him back for a decent price. If I do get Jason Kidd, he will be my backup point guard, as another card Carlo really does not like. Backup shooting guard position. There's a lot of different guys I can plug in at the shooting guard position. A ton of guys that I like that Carlo doesn't gas up. The guy I'm plugging in is going to be Pink Diamond Paul George. I've already bought the card. He is solidified in my squad. And again, I love Paul George about as much as any Pink Diamond in the game. The card's 680. He has a great 3-ball, good speed, plays great defense. Badge-wise is just fine. I think I got the base Paul George, so I'm going to have to apply some of those badges to Paul George to just make him slightly better. No Hall of Famers, no legends, just those gold badges just to make him slightly better. But Paul George is a certified bucket. If you watch my No Money Spent Squad series, you know how good I am with Paul George. And you know the card is an absolute beast, an absolute stud, and a card that's going to lead me to success. Backup small forward, it's between two guys, right? Draymond Green, Domination Reward, is a card that I've gassed forever. Carlo hates him. I love him. So why not hype him up, right? Mine's badged out. Mine's got a shoe. I don't know for sure if Draymond's going to be in the rotation or not, because I also do have Andre Kirilenko in my auction pendings, right? AK's a guy that Carlo absolutely despises. He can't green with him. I'll be able to green with him. And so AK-47 is in my pending collection as a card that I can possibly pick up. At the power forward and center positions, it's another one of those things that if you look at my base squad, I don't have a lot of power forwards outside of Chris Bosh to talk about. Carlo hates Chris Bosh. I don't think Chris Bosh is that bad. I don't think he's great, but I don't think he's that bad. I think I'll be able to knock down shots with Chris Bosh. I think at the bench 4, he will be just fine for me to be a plug and play type of option. Now, at the bench center position, another position like I don't know who to plug and play. I have no idea who to plug in here at my bench center position because, again, a lot of these cards aren't really, hated by Carlo, aren't really loved by Carlo. Like, it is what it is. There's just kind of no feelings towards them one way or another. So I don't know who I'm going to plug into this last spot. I mean, it might be like a Pink Diamond Hakeem type of situation just because I think Carlo likes like Greg Oden more than Hakeem, and I personally like Hakeem more than Greg Oden. So it could be somebody like that. But it just comes down to like right now, there's not anybody that I'm really seeing at that Pink Diamond tier or even Galaxy Opal Dark Matter tier that I really am looking forward to. I guess I'll add Hakeem to my lineup, to my collection, just because, again, Carlo likes Greg Oden more than Hakeem, and I could never. So that's really going to be my squad that I do go out there into my wager with Carlo with. And again, my squad's going to be a squad assembled of cards that I literally never use. I've never used Oscar. I've never used AK. I've never used Chris Bosh. But hey, it is what it is. If you think I'm ever losing to a guy named Carlo221, you have absolutely lost your mind. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm just being honest with you. Now, yes, I still do need to add Giannis Antetokounmpo to the squad. Yes, I still do need to add some other, puzzle pieces to the squad. But my squad is going to be good. Not only that, my squad is going to be ready to play, ready to absolutely beat the brakes off of this dude named Carlo221. That's going to wrap it up for our video. Let me know your thoughts. We're going to be live on Twitch, streaming at 6 Eastern time. 6 Eastern time. Link down below in the description. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you are new. And as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.